Hey guys, Dylan from Noble Records coming at you with another heavy rotation video. I haven't done one of these in a couple weeks. I don't think. I don't know. It's hard to keep up. But as you can tell, it's been busy around here. Hey, like this mug. It's got a bison on it. It's from Yellowstone. Some guy named Harry bought it and then donated it to Goodwill. Anyways, I do hit Goodwill probably 3 times a week. I don't do that for records. I do that because my son, I have 2 sons. One son, Noble, he collects DVDs. He loves DVDs, like kids movies and stuff like that. My other son, he just likes stuff. He likes whatever I can find in there. I always get him monster trucks or like dinosaurs and stuff. I mean, he's just a very rough and tumble boy. He likes things like that. So anyway, we're out and about running errands and stuff. We passed by several on our route, and I go in there. So I did a couple weeks ago find some pretty cool calypso reggae records at one Goodwill, but it's never. Never. I mean, I go, like I said, 3 times a week, and I can count on one hand the amount of times I've walked out with a record. And I'm not joking. In the past probably a year or 2, just doesn't ever happen. So, anyways, but that's my little advice on Goodwill. I've got a bunch of records, man, and I can't really remember what I showed last time in my last video when I was in my living room. But I've bought a bunch of collections since then. I have been going off the rails, man. I mean, sometimes when we run in a shop, it's like you cannot find a lead to save your life. You cannot find records. You're dying for something, and you can't find anything. And then there's other times where it's like, I got tons of leads. I mean, right now, oh my gosh. Every day I go out and dig, and every day I look at collections, and it's just like I'm loading my truck up with records every day. It's crazy. So, that's a lot of fun, but it does also turn into a lot of work, because at a certain point, the amount of stuff that I'm able to find and keep for myself is very slim. I mean, it's rare that I find things that I don't already have or want, or whatever, clean copies of things that are, but the past couple weeks I've bought so many records that I have found some things that I do really want. But that's what kind of keeps the excitement going. I'm not a big, sounds crazy, but I'm not really, I am motivated by money. I won't say I'm not motivated by money. I am just as much as everybody else, because you need it to live, but it's just, it doesn't motivate me enough to, to work as hard as I do. I have to have another component to it. So for me, I'm able to work my hardest as a record store owner because my passion for music and records and interacting with people, plus my need for money, fuel each other. So that's my advice to anyone. I think that if you put me behind a desk, I would be the laziest person ever, because I wouldn't care about what I was doing. So, that's the passionate part of the job is doing things I really like. So, couple. I've talked about the honey hole dig. I go there about every week, but last Sunday, today's Wednesday, last Sunday, so a week and a half ago, 10 days ago, I went to, this guy had been hounding me to come look at his records forever, and I know this sounds insane, but I could not get out there. I was so busy, and he's like, man, I got promos, my dad worked for Columbia, and I got so many promos and all that stuff, and I was like, you gotta go to that, but I just couldn't get out there. I was so busy. And I was in the middle of me moving and all that stuff. I just couldn't do it. So I was like, hang on. Because he was disabled. He couldn't leave his house. And so I was going to have to come get him. Finally, last Sunday, I was able to get out there. And it was raining. And he had this wheelchair ramp that went up to his door that was so slippery. Had no grip tape or anything on it. And I was skating, man. And I was carrying all these records. I forgot to bring boxes, so I was carrying them like up to here, like skating down this ramp. Anyways, I'm rambling. But one record in there that I did not have was this Saints record. I'm Stranded. And I talked about this. I just got that punk collection. If you follow my main channel, which I'm sure if you follow this one, you follow that one. But I got a copy of this. I've been wanting this for a long time, and I found 2 copies in 1 week. That happens so many times. But this one's a really clean copy that I got from him. This one, I made the comment in that punk video that this has a lot of Stooges vibes to it. Had some angry comments telling me that I was wrong, whatever. It does. It's got some growling, wailing, and screaming that I love about Iggy and the Stooges. Some killer guitar work in it. I could listen to this back to back all day long. It is so good. Their second record is also really good. I'm blanking on the name. Prehistoric something. Is that what it's called? Dang it, I don't know. Go look it up. But their second album, so this was 77, that one was 78. And it is killer. Their second album, I've had it for a long time. This one was one I wasn't able to find. And I've got this weird hang up about punk. I don't like buying it online. I don't know what it is. Like if it's some rare psych or funk record, I know that I'm not going to ever find it for whatever reason, even though sometimes I do. And so sometimes I'll buy that stuff online. But punk stuff, I just don't like buying online. So my entire punk collection, I've never bought a punk record online. Everything is stuff that has walked into the store or a collection I bought or whatever. So it's kind of weird that way. I don't know why, but I just can't bring myself to buy it online. I want to find it in person. I think that punk is like such a DIY. A lot of it's like DIY, and they were passionate about the records. They were passionate about their fans. It's just a different feeling. I don't know what it is. I don't know. This is a record I find from time to time, but I never found a promo. The Dead Boys. Yeah, I don't know if the label's any different. See, this is the problem I have. The label's just that sour label. The problem I have is I've got another copy that's a little bit cleaner, but it's not a promo. So, am I going to keep them both? I don't know. But, yeah, as soon as I saw that, I was like, yes! So this was that same collection, and then so is this one. Another one, Richard Hell, I had been wanting forever and could never find one, and found 2 in the same week. This one was on Sunday, and then exactly 1 week later, this past Sunday, I bought that other punk collection. I had one in it. So it's just funny. I'm getting on like a punk kick. I can feel it coming, And I've told you guys that I go in and out. Like I go, sometimes I'm in Zamrock really deep. Sometimes I'm in funk really deep, psych really deep. And that doesn't mean like when I'm, I was in grunge really deep, a couple months ago. That doesn't mean that I won't throw on a random jazz record if I'm listening to punk. Like I love that. I love, going through. I had somebody on my last video comment about the punk collection, like how diverse it was, how like who has that diverse of a taste, and I'm like, usually my collection, like I got a whole shelf over here for just blues, so it's like 4 cubes just blues. I've got a whole thing up here of funk. I've got a whole like 2 cubes of African records. I got like 5 cubes of jazz. I got 4 cubes of just modern music. I got like 8 cubes of just audiophile records. Everything behind me is rock. That up there is like heavy metal, punk. Those are my, Firebox, Grailbox, grunge. And I like rock from like 50s all the way to now. And it's like, I was thinking about it yesterday. Like the amount of music I don't like is very slim. Like I really like about everything. Like when I'm working out or exercising or whatever, I'm listening to like hardcore. I just like it all. I mean, when I was in high school and college, I would go to like hardcore shows, and I'm not talking about like hardcore punk. I'm talking about like scream heavy metal hardcore stuff that I listened to then, and I still like it, But anyways, this is one I got from that collection that I'd never heard of before. So this is the Pepper Porter Band Invasion. It has really good guitar work. Trying to remember what would be a good example of a comparison, but It's like it reminded me for some reason of oh my gosh, my brain is blanking. Sorry guys, I don't remember. I can't remember what the name of that record was. Mahogany Rush live. It reminds me of that, but also has like a real gritty, screamy vocals to it. It's a really cool record. It's not worth a lot. It's worth like $20 or $30. I can't remember, but that's the one I'm keeping because I listened to it. I was like, man, I've never heard this before. Really cool record. This is one kind of funny. I've been wanting it for a really long time. I've been wanting this since I first started collecting Psych, and I've not found one. It's that type of thing I could buy online if I wanted to, but I have not. I've not wanted to. Oh man, that's cool. So this was at the Honey Hole, I think, that I found this. But this is the Fox, for Fox's sake. This is the U.S. press. The U.K. press, I believe, is different. But there's this tear, like, so it has this weird album art, right? And it just kind of opens like this. That says audition copies, pretty cool. But like a lot of copies are just this because that strip has torn on the back, so that part of the jacket's usually gone. I've never found one before. I've always wanted one, and just it's not worth a lot. It's just one of those things. I've never found one. And then old Too Many Records, Matt, I'm sure y'all know him. He started a record store and he found one like immediately. And it's not like I said. I don't know how much these are worth. Like probably $30 or something, maybe 40. But I was like, dang it! I've been doing this for freaking years, and he finds one like first week he opens the shop. But anyway, really funny. And then like the next day I found that one, so it's pretty funny. Here, let's show you some more. This is one I've been wanting a while. Found it at the Honey Hole. Exuma, kind of a strange record. It's got some like Afro beat rhythms and stuff like that. Some, it's not 100%. Some things on it I'm like, but it's still really good. Funky, I think, essential funk record. It's a great one. This one, I was digging, right? And part of this Honey Hole collection, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a house full of 40,000 records, and I'm going, it's insane. So I'll go there forever. And the other day I went there, I was there for 10 straight hours just digging. I was like, my fingernails are coming apart from my fingers. I'm digging so much. It's crazy. So anyways, I was like up on top with my arms up, like digging into the top shelf, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not finding anything on this shelf. And I'm like, I think I'm going to give up on this shelf. But then the little angel on my shoulder saying, Dylan, just keep going. This is when you find the good stuff. And then, boom, Dorothy Ashby. This is on Argo. Love Dorothy Ashby. This is not like a super expensive record. I mean, it depends on, it's a white label promo. It depends on this is probably like $150, $200 record, but I found it. I was like, oh my gosh. I've been wanting it forever. It's killer. So Dorothy Ashby is like a good blend. She plays harp. It's a good blend of like jazz and funk with harp. It's really good. I love this record. This one I found is not worth anything. It's maybe worth $5, but it just cracks me up. This is called Rock Your Butt. Rock Your Butt. It is so funny, man. I listened to it the other day and just died laughing. Put it on, my kids are dying laughing. It is the best $5 you could ever spend if you find a copy. But I grabbed it and I'm like, this is either worth a ton or absolutely nothing, but it's gonna rock my butt. And it did. My butt has been rocked. That does not sound good. But anyways, been listening to this Oscillations record like every day. Got a package from Zambia yesterday. Viva Ngozi, by the Ngozi family. Or I guess this is just credited to Paul Ngozi. But another Chris Editions. This is one I've been wanting for a while to fill in my Ngozi collection. I just need a couple more Ngozis, and then I need a handful of other Zamrock records, but I'm closing in on the end of my Zamrock that I really need. Just got so much of it already because I've been getting packages every week. I've already shown that one. This is one I'm having a hard time finding a clean copy. This is Witch in the Past. So you can see the cover's destroyed. I've got 2 copies of that now. Got to compare them. So a lot of this stuff I've showed before and I don't really care much about. This is Ricky Illalonga, Same Day Music. This is a killer record, and it is like the reason I bought this one, because I already have 2 copies of this. I need to sell them. But the reason I bought this is because it is mint. I mean, it is stone mint, and I say mint. That is Zamrock mint right there. It's probably near mint for other, but anyways, it's hard to find them that clean. And these sleeves on them. So this is what I've heard. I don't know if this is true, but in Zambia they didn't have record sleeves, but occasionally you would find somebody that wanted to protect their records so bad that they would use plastic from produce bags. So like this one says best before and a date on it. Like they would take bags from like, sometimes I see bread bags. Sometimes I see like, the bags you put your bananas in if you're buying them at the store, stuff like that. They would wrap their albums in. So that's really cool. And I have a hard time. I am going to take this bag off because it impedes the artwork. But this is Shantytown Boy. It's near mint, super clean. But I thought I would show that bag. I can go ahead and take this off now so you can see the cover a little bit better, because I'm not keeping that on there. That's not. I don't classify that as actual shrink. See how much better it looks now. That's a really clean copy. I got extra copies of that I'm gonna sell too. It's Keith Malefeu. I've got better copies of this. Sometimes if some of the guys from Zambia find stuff I've already got, I just buy it and sell it in the shop, just because you're not gonna ever see it. So I like having stuff in the shop that you don't really ever see. So that is a good way to get it. I've gotten to where I drink coffee black. It bothered me if my coffee wasn't hot. Now I don't even care. I drink it whatever temperature. I don't even care. Got this Wire Chairs Missing record. A friend of mine sells records on Instagram, and he posted this a few weeks ago, and I missed it, and I was like so pissed. I was like, dang it. I never see that Wire record. I need it. Like I see Pink Flag when I see this. And I don't have it, and that punk collection, this was in there, so I'm really excited to listen to this just before I shot this video. Love it. Man, I've got some cool stuff to show y'all now. This is one, I don't think I've shown it yet. This is Eddie Hazel. It's Game, Dames, and Guitar Things. I always mess that up, but Eddie Hazel, guitar player from Funkadelic. That wailing guitar solo at the beginning of Maggot Brain is him. I've been wanting this record forever. I had a reissue of it, which the reissues are even expensive. And it's funny, I won't say any names, but a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine, very nice guy. I'll say his name. His name's Kyle. Really good guy. He sent me a message on Instagram, and it was blocked. Like I couldn't even see what it was. I was like, what is this? I can't. And he's like, it's this record store. And I'm like, I can't see it. And I realized that that record store had blocked me. Like they didn't want me to see what they're... I don't know. I mean, I've never had a negative interaction with this shop or anything like that. But they blocked me on Instagram. So I was like, and it was a local store. It was just kind of funny. But anyways, and he's like, that's the Eddie Hazel record. Do you have this? And I was like, no, I don't. I would love that. I mean, it's a promo copy. It's clean. He said, yeah, I'll go by on my lunch break and grab it for you. So he went over there and got it on his lunch break and bought it for me. And brought it to me, and I paid him obviously. But this is a near mint, super clean. But this is a fantastic record. If you've not heard this record, seek it out and listen to it. It is unreal. California Dreamin' cover on it is killer. The I Want You, She's So Heavy Beatles cover is amazing. It's just a fantastic record. It's so unique. There's nothing quite like it. This is high praises on that one. It's really good. I've got so much stuff to show you. I've got one really cool. This is one I got to show really quick. I should be editing this more, but I haven't. Here's the one. Got some good African records. This one is like a super mega grail. This is Rocktown Express, self-titled. I think some people call it including Funky Makossa. But this is an original Nigerian press, and it is pretty clean. This is a killer African record. It's probably one of the more valuable African records I have. But a friend of mine that he sells and trades African records too. I've been trading him some Zamrock stuff. This one I had to come out of pocket for. It's a mega grail. This one is really good. Jiro Inagaki and his Soul Media Head Rock. It's a Japanese jazz funk. This is unreal. If you've never heard of Jiro Inagaki, incredible stuff. I mean, it's jazz, funk, psychedelic, fuzz guitar. It checks all the boxes. It's amazing. Gotta find that. Really good stuff. My dogs are barking inside the house, and everybody in there's asleep. Dang it. They're gonna wake them up, but I can't stop this train. Let's see here. Sorry, guys. Had the dogs barking and woke everybody up. So I try to do my videos before everybody wakes up. So there's no interruptions. I like doing them in one take, so I don't have to edit them. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to edit this one. Dang it. Got me some fresh Joe. And we're getting to it. So, while I was gone, it frustrated me that I didn't remember the name of the Saints' Prehistoric Sounds. I love this record. When I got... so good. I've talked about it 1,000 times, but the attic dig... There was this guy that had an attic full of punk records, and oh my gosh, it was I say attic, it was more like a loft. It wasn't that hot up there. It was, I mean, there was parts of it that was like attic, and there's parts of it was just like a loft that was, it didn't have AC, but it wasn't bad. You know what I mean? So I remember going in there and pulling out stuff like that. I'd never even heard of that record at the time. That was probably 2 years ago. And I pulled it out and I was like, this looks cool. I'll take it. And that, like, I got a really good base of punk from that collection. So that was one of those really good stuff. Let's see what else I can show you. This is all completely random. I just didn't have time to pull a bunch of stuff together. This is an upgrade copy for me. I know I've got a pretty nice copy of this already, but this is Parliament. I didn't know if I had one with the sticker. So the sticker says includes 22 by 33 full color poster plus an 8-page comic book. And it's got all that stuff in it, you know. So there's the poster, and here's the comic book. I mean, it's in the shrink. It's got the plastic, all that stuff. I mean, this is it's a nice copy. So I got to check it against my copy to see which one's better. I do it that way sometimes. So whichever one I want to keep. This one's one I hadn't heard of before. This one's called Magoo. Let's have a boogie. Somebody traded this in at the shop. It's kind of a rare one, actually. This is like disco boogie funk. Really good. I mean, you can hear this playing in like a club or something, but it's like disco funky. Really, really good stuff. I liked it a lot. This is one I didn't already have. Aimless Love, John Prine. You know, really good stuff. This is 84, I think. But yeah, I love John Prine, and his songwriting's kind of timeless, you know, and there's really good nuggets in all of his songwriting. Like a lot of people, they write really good songs when they're young, but when they're older and they have money and they, you know, they don't experience the pangs of life, their songwriting gets soft. But John Prine isn't that way. All of his songs up until his last album are really good. So I love that. This is Max Romeo and the Upsetters, War in a Babylon. Kind of some roots reggae dub stuff. Really, really good. I think I found this in the Honey Hole. But yeah, fantastic stuff. Love that one. Got this one from Matt. The Too Many Records. Hey, this was in his record store. And when he put it out, I was like, I need that record. And then it didn't sell, so he contacted me. This is The Rats. Fred Cole, guitar and vocals. This is one of those Fred Cole joints. I got to do a video on Fred Cole. There's a few albums I still want, or singles that I still would like to get of his before I do that. But this is original on red wax. Pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, Fred Cole, he was in Lollipop Shop, this band Zipper. Which I absolutely love that record. It's so freaking good. But yeah, this is like punk rock. With just like Fred Cole brings an old school vibe to it, but still like it's such a cool blend. Because I mean, he was in the Lollipop Shop, he was in Zipper, he was in some old school hard rock bands and psychedelic bands, and then moving on up to doing like punk. And it's cool that he stayed active and all of his output was really good. A friend of mine that goes out digging all the time. We have an arrangement. Like he brings me really good LPs that he finds, and then I trade him like 45s and stuff that I find that I don't want. I would rather do that than sell them online, and he would rather do that than buy them online. So this is Shuggy Otis. This is a promo copy, super sweet. But yeah, this is a fantastic record. Inspiration, information. I think I have all the other Shuggy Otis records, but I didn't have this one. And it's a promo, and it's like super, super clean. But he found this in a shop, severely underpriced. And I don't want to say it's severely underpriced, but it was a good deal. And so he's like, he texted me, he's like, do you have this? And I was like, no, I don't. So he got it, and he listened to it, and he loved it, but he brought it to me, and I traded some 45s for it. But yeah, this is a really, really killer record. Shuggy Otis, fantastic guitar player. Yeah, so that's one to look out for. I haven't listened to that one yet. This one's Jerry Solo. Somebody traded this in the shop. This is a Jerry Garcia live. Really good soundboard, good quality. Love it. Let's see if I got anything else here in my little box that I need to show y'all. Oh, I got this the other day. Been wanting one of these. This is Fela Kuti and the Africa 70 with Ginger Baker. This is an original U.S. press. There's a recent reissue that's really good. I had that. And then this is, I had to get an original because of the sickness, that I have. I always have to have the original press. Let's see. I know there's a bunch more stuff in here that I need to show. But anyways, we're just cruising through here. I am getting some good Zamrock stuff that I've been putting in the shop as well. So, yeah, I'll show that one. So, Fiji, really killer, like Nigerian funk. This is Higher Plane Breeze. I always love this record because, I guess this was 1977. I guess that you probably could put this out in the U.S., but look at this guy, just double birdies on the front, just flapping them. I just think in the U.S., the record labels would discourage that, but it's just funny. The cover's hilarious. But regardless, I had a reissue of this, and this is just killer original press Nigerian funk. That's a great band. They got psychedelic aspects to it as well. This one's called Lagos Bongos Akiwi. Really good. A lot of really good guitar work and stuff on here. I need to listen to the whole thing. I've just heard clips of it, but I just got this, so I'm excited to throw it on. This is one from my good buddy Chris in Colorado. This is Banshee. Thinking. This is a mind-melting, heavy guitar. Whammo Bambo. Yeah, it's a really good. Really good record. I don't know, I got this in a deal from him, and I think this one was a little cleaner than mine, so I swapped them. But yeah, this is a fantastic record. Really good hard rock, really good fuzz guitar solos, off the rails, killer stuff. So, man, I think that's all I'm going to show you all today. I mean, shoot. I've been doing videos at a ridiculous rate lately. I mean, I feel like I've been delivering. What do you think? I the punk video I did is like, I've been all into that, man. I've been listening to that stuff like crazy. The guys at the shop have been into it. Like, so I brought in a box of all the really good punk. I brought in all the 7 inches, and I brought in all the 12 inches, or all the LPs as well. And so the guys at the shop have been cleaning them and listening to them and stuff. And like, I feel like to be like, I don't really know much about business. I just know like about records, which I'm in the record business, so part of it, but I know that my guys that work for me, I like to have perks for them. Like, I want them to experience the perks of working at a record store. So I want them to be able to listen to albums and like, it's hard for me to give them first dibs, but because I want the stuff for the locals as well. But also, they're running the shop when I'm not there, and they do a tremendous amount for me. So I want to take care of them. So I do give them, if they're like, hey, I really want this record. Like, if Jeremy ever says I really want this record, I'm selling it to him. Like, and I'm giving him a good deal because he never does. Like, the restraint he has is unreal. There's a couple records he wanted the last punk call, and he's like, well, I probably shouldn't, And because he knows, I mean, a part of it for him is just like getting to hold it and look at it and listen to it and stuff. And like, I brought that Misfit 7-inch for him to look at the other day, and he was like drooling, But yeah, he likes to just be around it and experience the stuff. And once in a while, like there was a Mike Watt record that he really wanted. And I was like, I cut him a really good deal on it because he, that's his thing. We got a new guy at the shop, Pete. He's a really good kid. He's like 22, and he's really into that, like punk, new wave type stuff. He likes, that Wire Pink Flag record. He's getting that one from me. It's just he's been wanting it forever, and it's like I want them to want to work at the shop. I want them to get perks and feel like, I mean, any job you have, it's nice to have perks. And when I say perks, I mean like just special privileges, things that normal people don't get, like a discount or something. Like all the guys that work at the shop, I let them, if anything new, I let them have at cost, obviously, because why not, I don't sell it to them at full retail, I let them get it at whatever cost is, if it's a new stuff or whatever. And then used stuff, we just kind of talk about it because that's the, But anyways, but yeah, so they've been enjoying it at the shop. But yeah, I just I've been listening to a lot of punk lately, and then diving back into I'm telling you, No Dogs in Space is a podcast, and it is really good information. They do a series on Velvet Underground, the Stooges, the Clash, the Damned. They even go up to like the Beastie Boys. They do series on all these like really essential bands. And so right now I'm listening to the series on the Damned. And so it's like 3 or 4 episodes, and it's all really good information, really interesting stuff. It tells a story in a really compelling way. And like the episodes are like 2 hours each, But anyways, I would highly recommend that if you're into that type of thing. But yeah, I just, when I'm finding records, I just hang on for the ride, and I meet the person I get the records from, and kind of their passion for the music rubs off on me a little bit, and then I kind of take that. I mean, I don't fight it. I lean into it, man. I think that, a lot of life you can experience better if you just lean into stuff, I let it take me. If I get a little spark of like, ooh, this is really cool, I'm jumping in. I'm learning everything I can about it. And then like next month, if like I buy somebody's, jazz collection, then I'm going to learn about them. Like I bought that jazz collection a few months ago, and the guy had met John Coltrane. He met Miles Davis. He went to all the clubs in New York. He was around these guys, like, and I was like into it. I was listening to all that stuff, experiencing it, learning about it, and so that way, maybe in 10 years I'll know a little bit about music. So anyways, thank y'all so much for watching. Sorry for all the interruptions. We'll see you next time.